how's it going, everyone? It is Skullzi here with the latest and the greatest gaming news. It's only my second day after moving into my new office, and we are already dropping back down that Starfield investigation rabbit hole, because as of 2 days ago, a member over on the Starfield subreddit discovered the potential artistic inspiration for certain assets within Starfield. Everything from ships and vehicles to possible world design and more. And of course, like always, go into your kitchen, break open that emergency glass case containing that 1 grain of speculation salt, and bring it back to this video before going forward, because this is all speculation based off of artwork that artists over at Bethesda Game Studios simply just hit that like button on. And in the past, discoveries like these ended up actually looking absolutely nothing like the actual game for the most part, but usually did serve as inspiration for what the game's aesthetics did look like. And the situation is far more credible than previous supposed inspirational Starfield artwork that was discovered, so I did want to bring all of this to your attention today. But remember, this is all speculation. None of this art is officially linked to Starfield in any way, and my goals here today aren't to stir up false hype, but instead provide more of a foundation in which we can base future speculation off of. If Bethesda wants to be so quiet about this game, people are gonna find their own ways to dig things up. Now, as always, we're going to be breaking this situation down together. That way you can see that my bullshit capacity meter is always running at 0%, and that way you can have all the links and stuff to verify all of this information for yourself if you choose to. And we're going to start our adventure right here over on the Starfield subreddit. First off, major shout out and all credit for this discovery goes to Austin XSC19 over on Reddit, so thank you, Austin, for this discovery. Now, Austin was lurking Bethesda employee profiles over on LinkedIn when they made this discovery. They found this LinkedIn profile for Ray Lederer, and it states here that Ray Lederer is a senior concept artist working over at Bethesda Game Studios. He has helped bring to life the worlds of The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim, Fallout 4, Fallout 76, and Starfield through digital and traditional tools and materials. He illustrates and designs all manners of characters, costumes, environments, architecture, vehicles, weapons, objects, storyboards, magic, and monsters. Ray's specialties are concept art, illustration, art direction, creative consultation, and problem solving. Sounds like a pretty skilled dude. Now, the very first thing it says in his About section is he brought the world of Starfield to life. The wording here seems to indicate that Starfield is in a finished and complete state, which goes right along with the previous recent events and speculation regarding Starfield that I've been covering here on the channel, such as the ESRB and PEGI rating situation. Those all suggested that Starfield was also in a finished and completed state. So now we have another small, unofficial piece of evidence suggesting that Starfield is essentially finished and probably just mostly in the bug testing and polishing up state, but that is not everything that there is to find in this situation. Austin over on Reddit lurked a little bit deeper and found Ray's profile over on ArtStation. Now, unlike Pinterest, ArtStation is a little bit more official and a lot more tailored, specifically for artists to share their creations as well as the work of others for creative and inspirational purposes, as well as to just share art that they feel deserves more attention and support. One important thing to note here is that any artist working for any major company like Bethesda 100% has all of their social media platforms, especially ones related to art or their specific craft, under constant supervision by the companies they work for. So Ray's ArtStation account is no doubt 100% being watched by Bethesda, meaning that anything he posts, likes, or whatever will in no way have any direct connection with Starfield or any other projects that are under a non-disclosure agreement in any way whatsoever. Ray doesn't want to lose his job here, and neither do other artists. They know not to break NDAs. However, that doesn't mean that the art Ray liked couldn't serve as an artistic inspiration, helping to create a more focused vision into what he would then create for Starfield. Before I show off some of this potential Starfield inspiration though, I will say this. Early last year, I was sent something like this regarding Doom Eternal. I had the Pinterest profile for one of Doom Eternal's lead artists, and one of the things this lead artist was posting and paying particular attention to on their Pinterest profile was various UI designs. I didn't do a video on this at the time because one of my game dev buddies, who works for a major company that I can't name as they are still one of my inside sources, stated that anything you find over on Pinterest like this will almost certainly look absolutely nothing like what you'd see see in the actual game that they are supposed to inspire, but things on ArtStation would, for some reason, have more merit in terms of speculation purposes. He didn't exactly say why, and I will state that this is simply just my friend's opinion who happens to have experience in this industry, but they very well could be completely wrong. However, I don't really use Pinterest or ArtStation, so I don't really know how this would go either way. I just felt like I needed to bring this to your attention before going forward. Now, let's check out Ray's ArtStation profile and some of this possible Starfield inspiration. First off, you can't really find anything possibly Starfield related in his direct uploads in his portfolio, but when you check his recent liked images, you can find several sci-fi and space-related art pieces that Ray has viewed and specifically liked, so it would be cataloged on his profile to easily bring back up and reference again. And seeing how Starfield is literally the only Bethesda Game Studios game that would have any assets that could look like they were inspired by any of these images, it's easy to wonder just how much Starfield could potentially look like any of this art. Now, some of these images are no doubt from other games, but that doesn't mean that some of them may directly inspire Starfield's design, as often this is exactly how inspiration works. One project directly inspires the artists of another, and they use this inspiration to create a unique visual aesthetic tailored for the specific projects that they are working on. Game design is absolutely no different here. And there are some stuff here that's obviously, like for Skyrim and Fallout 4, I'm obviously not talking about those images in this video or indicating that they have anything to do with Starfield in any way. I just felt like I needed to say that because some people question some obvious things that you think would be common sense, but yeah, anyway, moving on. So you can see that we have several different ship design concepts here, even a ship that seems to have the ability to be a land vehicle as well. I mean, these legs look like they are more like locomotive limbs used to traverse the landscape rather than simply act as landing gear. There's also a futuristic looking weapon that looks like it could be straight from Dead Space or No Man's Sky, making me wonder if there will be handheld equipables that aren't weapons at all but instead serve utilitarian purposes such as mining, ship repair, or even scanning. All of these first concept art pieces do seem to share a similar aesthetic and vibe as well, lending more credibility to the fact that Starfield may loosely use this aesthetic a bit. There are even a few images of what the worlds of Starfield could potentially look like as well. You can see here is a vibrant planetscape with signs of destruction and conflict, complete with Mass Effect 3 ending Ghost Child cameo. Heavy No Man's Sky vibes here. Makes me wonder if we will be going around building colonies on different planets within Starfield. That would be pretty awesome. And these next couple images could be what Starfield human society could look like in the game, as we have a super fancy but kind of dark and sinister fashion show or weird Illuminati party or something in this image, and then in this image we see what looks like a futuristic city on either Earth or an Earth-like planet. There is a lot of greenery here, making me wonder if Earth in Starfield's universe will have went down a more eco-friendly technology route that could be an interesting contrast to the possibly more dirty and run-down colony planets that we could visit in the game as well. And there is a lot more stuff here. There are several other possible Starfield inspirations on his profile, everything from interior design to people in exosuits exploring planets to Mako-style rovers driving around on planet surfaces, and even more ship designs. He even has what looks like more futuristic cityscapes, as well as what could be actual primitive-style villages, which could indicate that we might discover more primitive societies and settlements within our travels to Starfield. Now, there are way too many images here to individually break down and speculate over. That would make like for a gigantic hour-long video. If you all wanted me to do something like that, comment below and let me know, and maybe I will, but I am going to at least showcase the rest of all of these images that are important on his profile before ending this video. I also wanted to point out one last important discovery that I made while I was personally lurking Ray's ArtStation profile. Ray is following another artist who works over at Bethesda Game Studios, Josh Ney. Josh is a senior world artist for Bethesda Game Studios, and if we check out his likes over on his ArtStation profile as well, we can find even more possible Starfield artistic inspiration. We have more possible vehicles and a lot more world concept art over on his profile as well, although the things he seems to pay more attention to tends to have more of a surrealistic and otherworldly vibe to it. I don't know what that means for Starfield, because Ray's art seemed to be more realistic and stuff. Only time will tell though. I do know that Todd said Starfield was going to have like more of a realistic tone, so it's interesting to see if any of this art will actually serve as inspiration to the game. Now, like I said, I can speculate and break down each individual image on these profiles and easily bump this video up to be quite long, but that would seem deceitful to upload a gigantic video that is nothing more than speculation based off of potential Starfield artistic inspiration. Because like I said at the beginning of this video, all this stuff is just potential Starfield artistic inspiration. It is fun to speculate over all this, but Starfield could very well look nothing like the art featured on either one of these profiles. However, it would make more sense here for there to be at least some small inspiration taken from these images for Starfield. As I said though, if enough of you comment below that you'd like to see me do a video where I do indeed go into deep speculation mode and break down each of these individual images on these profiles that could be related to Starfield, then I guess I'll do that. But that does finish up today's video. Leading up to the closing community comments, I will go through and showcase all of the remaining potential Starfield inspiration images in this video, so if you want to see all of the images that might be related to Starfield, stay tuned. As always, what I want to know is, what do you think about all of this? Do you think Starfield could look anything like these images? Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and if your comment wins the internet, you may get featured in a future video. Be sure to like the video if you enjoy the content, and if you want to stay in the know when it comes to the latest gaming news, hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you don't miss the latest uploads. Follow me over on Twitter for other news that doesn't quite make it into my videos, as well as other channel updates, and check for links down in the description below for official Skullzi merchandise, the Skullzi Discord community server, and if you want to have your hand in providing future content, there are links on how to be an exclusive channel member here on YouTube or over on Patreon as well. And as always, thank you for watching. Be sure to tune in next time when Starfield ends up looking like that 1980s music video that gives me motion sickness.
it just works.